Hi, Chanley. How are you? Thanks for joining on short notice. I apologize that I just shot that out to you.
Hello, I'm good.
Uh, It's okay. How's your morning going?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Hi, Rahul. How are you?
Hey Laura, hi, I'm good.
Good. Thanks for
Sorry,
joining today.
yeah, sorry couldn't attend last couple of meetings. Yeah.
It is fine. Um, it is totally fine. That happens.
Good
I need to
morning.
grab my notes. Hi, Mersha. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Good. Glad to hear it. So, before we dive in, I wanted to, Mersha, introduce you to Chanley Lee, and actually, Rahul, I'd like to introduce you to Chanley Lee. Chanley works for F5, and he works in our innovations team, our greenhouse team, and he was one of the key contributors to our original OPI proof of concept, which, Mersha, I'm sure you've seen lots of documentation on, and Rahul, you may have as well. I wanted to
Yep.
pull Chanley into this because I feel like it's a good place for Chanley to partner with people from other organizations, but also a good opportunity for us to have somebody who's already partnered on a proof of concept build out, so that there are new things for everybody to learn and new skill sets to acquire. Chanley, do you want to introduce yourself and say hi to everybody?
Hi, yeah, I'm Chanley. I'm from the greenhouse or Inocta.
Yeah, so
I
Chanley's
mean,
from
nice to meet you.
F5. And works with me. I'm going to put myself on video just for this once because I know that everybody hates video around here except for me. But I think it's when we can see each other's faces, it helps a little bit. So Mersha, I had my boss send down to the lab in Fremont two Intel cards. Do you know if anybody there has received them? They're technically in Paul's name, but
No, I have not seen any notification from the lab receiving anything, but if we know they have been delivered, we can log a task to have them installed. Now,
okay,
the only server that has room, I believe, is the ARM server.
that's fine.
So, and actually, I'm not sure if it has room. So, I have a Mount Evans. I'm not sure how yours is, but mine is full length, full height. And if you try to plug in the connector, it goes past the standard size, which not many servers can accommodate.
It's not they're Dayton Peaks. They're not Mount Evans.
Yes, yeah, mine is also Dayton Peak.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, it's big. It's the biggest DPU I saw so far.
Okay.
For me works because I have 8-bay GPU server, so that will fit let's say any card. But yeah, I have doubt about the servers
Okay.
in the labs will be able to accommodate it. I can log a task. They will try. They will charge us, and if they fail, they will tell us.
Okay. So let's we're also supposed to get two new Marvell DPUs from Hawkeye that have onboard BMC. So I'm going to put in the install Hawkeye Marvells when they arrive. Create. It sounds like we don't have enough hardware to accommodate all the hardware that we're getting.
Servers, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, sounds like we need more servers.
and now the server that I ordered December is still not being, let's call it, worked on because there are some payment issues.
Oh, to the company? To the lab?
To the vendor.
Which
To the
vendor?
vendor of the server. I believe it was Supermicro for that server, but I think Linux Foundation wanted net 30. The other guy didn't agree with net 30. Anyways, they ended up in a whole Sridhar had to involve his financial department and so on. So
Oh,
it's
no.
I don't
I
know,
know that
whatever.
I know that F5 doesn't typically like to work with Supermicro because they're complicated. That's what I've heard, but I don't know what actually happened here, so I can't say.
I don't know. They're nitpicking on. I don't know. And the problem is, we bought a server from them in November or whatever, and there was no problem. And now there is anyway. So server has not been started to be assembled, from what I see.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on it, but we are not necessarily blocked by it.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we need more
Yeah.
ARM servers too at some point.
Yeah, but what I'm waiting on is a VPN to be finished, to be set up, so we can switch the whole network from public network to private, which that we can do without the server, and have all the lab basically up and running, the runners, because I think that will be the priority, to get some runners going and show some value for the lab.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about activities that are in progress and activities that are still in to-do state. Let's take a quick look at it. Let's take a quick look at the to-dos and see if there's anything that's changed. So it looks like we probably haven't done this yet. The network design is sort of constantly in progress. We've talked about this private lab for demos for roadshows. I think that's a little bit far out as a conversation. And also the test framework for the POC group, also a little bit far out as a conversation. Did this get done, ordering more transceivers for the lab?
No, I have not ordered them, and this also has something to do with me getting my refund for things which I spent money on in December, and
Gotcha.
Linux Foundation, I don't know,
Do
going
you need me
around
to
their
reach out?
tail.
Is the Linux Foundation being difficult paying you
No, it's
back?
not. It's the bureaucracy and the paperwork.
Do you need help?
No, it's like they send me the money through Bill, make a Bill account. Now Bill has an invoice. Bill is asking me for my social and thinks I'm like a business charging money. And it's a whole like paperwork, and anyway.
They would like you to send a saliva sample and
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing, that needs help. It's just
a
bureaucracy.
hassle.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And then we were going to use the F5 hardware to configure it as a VPN server. Are we still waiting on licenses for that? I know Paul might know that better than you.
I thought Paul got them.
Okay, I'll ping him and ask him if he got them. I know that he was having some amount of trouble with all of that, but I don't know where it got. Okay, and then he just texted me. Hold on. Okay, he'll be on in a few minutes. So we can ask him then. And then Dhruv, how are we? My understanding, so we're playing around in-house with ARM cards on ARM servers, and we're seeing progress in that space. Are you still having problems with this, or is this something that is no longer an issue?
No, actually, we are kind of a bit busy with the releases that we have this quarter. So there's a lot of activity. We have not been able to spend much time. We did talk to on that Pixie boot help, but I think our kind of need is a bit different than what he has been using. So
Who has
that
been
meeting,
using?
sorry,
Who has been using?
what we are using, the Pixie boot that we are using, compared to the help that you had offered.
Oh yeah, Don. No, I was
Don,
actually
yes.
I was actually kind of talking about, originally we were having problems just seeing the cards, the ARM cards on ARM servers, but now I don't think that's the case.
That's not the case, yeah. We can see the cards, we can even boot it up. It's just that like we are not able to boot it up the way we want it. for it to appear in the
Got
Red
it.
Hat cluster.
Got it. So technically it's in progress, but the
Yes,
issue has to do with the way that software gets installed.
that's right. Yes.
Okay, let me add an update into that. This is well, I'll come back to this. Hold on. So ARM server.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the list. When we get the Hawkeye Marvels when they arrive, and when we get the date and peak cards, we're gonna be putting in tickets for that, correct, Mersha?
Yeah, I can put a ticket now. Just which card do you want in the ARM server?
I would put at least one of the date, if the date and peaks have shown up, put it in the ARM server.
Okay, I'll log it as.
But before you put the ticket in, can you show Chanley how to put a ticket in?
Sridhar, get access from him.
Okay, so Sridhar is the person that has access, so I need to reach out to Sridhar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put, if that's okay with you, Chanley, I'm gonna put you on a task. And actually you're not in here yet, so that's a problem.
Okay.
So I need to get you access to GitHub, and I need to get you, or this GitHub project. You probably have a GitHub login, but you don't have a GitHub, you're not probably associated with this project. So I think it's Sridhar that I ping. No, it was Boris that I was pinging before. Do you guys know who's administering GitHub for us at this point?
No.
Awesome. I love it. I love not having an answer that I need. And Chanley, can you do me a favor in the background and put in a ticket to get access to Slack so that
Yeah.
I can add you to the OPI team? All you have to do is put in a ServiceNow ticket.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's get back to this. All right, so I'm gonna put in here that we're gonna have Chanley help you with these. Chanley to support Marsha when he gets GitHub and Slack access. GitHub, come on, Slack and Slack access. And I'm not using Markdown to format my comment. Chanley, do you have a GitHub account?
I have a personal one. I don't know if I have an F5 account.
I just have a GitHub account. I don't know if it's personal or F5. So I think you can create one that's an F5 account. If you could do that and give me that information so I can add you to this project, I'd appreciate it. Can you take care of that?
Yeah.
Thank you. So ServiceNow ticket for Slack, and then a GitHub F5 related, or an F5 related GitHub account. Although I don't know that Paul Pindell's is F5 related. It could just be his GitHub account. I think a lot of us, is everybody working as their own personal GitHub accounts, or are they working through their corporate accounts in GitHub?
I have to work from my personal account because the corporate account won't like it. They
Ah.
don't like it.
Okay. So then,
I use my personal too. Yeah.
I think everybody is just working through their personal accounts.
Okay.
Shanley, it's probably horrible advice to give you, but that's the advice I'm giving you. So if you could send me your GitHub information so I can make sure that you're a member of this project. And then I can also add you into Slack. Let me go back. Okay. So let's go back to the in progress stuff. In progress. Okay. Marcia, I'm gonna just run through these, okay? I know you guys love the paint drying.
My update is I haven't done anything in the last week, so.
Okay, great. So then we don't have to talk about this. Awesome. Does anybody that's not Marcia or Chanley have an update this week that they want to talk about or anything that they want to cover? I'm
Nope.
talking to everybody's avatars.
I know you are, but nope, I don't have anything to update because I got a new computer that the company sent out and I've been fighting with it all last week and this week.
That's the best, isn't it? When you can't get anything done because they gave you something to be more productive.
Yeah, they gave me something to be more productive, and what happened, I bring it up and it crashes. I have to re-image it. Now I'm bringing everything back up again.
Is it a Dell?
Yes. And IT set it up for me.
I have a Dell and IT set mine up for me. And this morning I had to set up my printer drivers. Not my drivers, but actually we have a network queue, but I couldn't figure out how to print anything for about 40 minutes. I still may not be able to. But my last Dell, actually the battery expanded.
Oh, yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah. And I'm a little worried that it's going to happen on this one too, but you know.
No, they fixed a lot of the battery expansion issues.
Did they? Awesome.
Yeah, they have a special image for us that Dell drives, and that image crashed when they pushed an update. Their update crashed their software. Nice.
Yeah, that happens. So, Drew, Rahul, anything to contribute? Speaking of which, guys, if either of you want any of the tasks in that list, if you want to be involved, we'd love to have your help. We're pretty, Mersh's pretty stretched thin. And Chanley's new to us, so he's going to be learning a lot. So if you guys have cycles to facilitate any of the action items that you see in progress or the to-do list, we'd love your participation. And
Yeah,
you'll
so
be
I just wanted
handsomely
to
rewarded with esteem in the community.
I want to check. I mean, do we know what POC we are going to start with, or I mean, I'm based out of India, so I'm not sure whether what I can contribute with. But if we know what POC we are going to start with, and if there's some work required regarding that, maybe I can head start on that if it makes
Marsha,
sense.
thoughts?
There is no POC plan, so basically whichever you would like to.
Yeah, well, we do technically have an F5 POC that we built originally where we were hosting Nginx proxy servers on the cards via Red Hat SNO. We could technically rebuild that, or we could rebuild something similar. We could leverage Kubernetes in a different way. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And what we really want to be doing once we have the lab up and running is to be able to say, this is the POC that we want to build. So if you have a recommendation for a proof of concept that you would like to try or play with, leveraging the BF3s or the Marvells or the Intels, that would be fantastic, Rahul, because that's really what we need to see, right? And then you can partner with Mersha and Chanley and Drew and Mark if they're interested in building out what you want to see happen, what you want to instantiate.
Perfect. Yeah, let me get back next week after internal discussion and maybe come up with 2 or 3 options that we can.
Great. If you could
propose.
if you could build a slide or two that just says this is what we want to do from a POC perspective, I'm sure everybody would be super excited because it's nice. Right now, we're really in the stage of like, we're just trying to get the lab up and running.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard because nobody is,
Yes.
MRSA's done the kind act of trying to get everything up and running. And Boris was involved in a decent amount of that, and Paul Pindell's also been involved in a significant amount of that. But we need to get past, once we get past this phase, we need to be able to say these are the things we want to do. But that will mean a certain amount of you guys trying to configure stuff that's going to be hard, which means that we'll need to leverage that cycle of time when we start trying to bring up cards and orchestrate them. We're going to have to give feedback to the rest of the community about what's difficult so we can create or we can optimize SZTP to be the next phase of itself.
Got it.
Okay.
So it's a Bluefield card, it's available and can be used. So if somebody wants to start doing GitHub actions already, it's possible. We have a runner already up and the Bluefield is there. You can generate traffic, you can route it through the switch. All the infrastructure is there. So yeah, people can already start working on the actions.
All right. So Rahul, do you have access to the GitHub project?
No, I'll message you to get that.
You don't even need that. Just go like
okay.
any other person, fork it in your own repo, build the action in your own repo. If you need it to run it in the lab, I can give you access to the runner and so on. And then once you have it running, then you can contribute. It's not like we do work in the public repo. You can work on your own fork to have something ready.
Makes sense. Let me attempt that. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to come back to us and just tell us what you're working on, that would be really cool. And what you're interested in working on.
Access same, not necessarily needed from your own repo. Just make a pull request to the main repo and people will review and can get merged.
Sure.
Everything can be done without access, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Thanks,
I'm
Marsha.
inclined towards provisioning and telemetry. Let me sync internally and get back whether whether the priorities align with these two or is there anything else?
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Rahul. I appreciate your contribution. It's important that we've got everybody sort of thinking about this at this point. All right. We're sort of waiting for Paul. But does anybody have anything else for the time being? Chanley, do you have any questions?
Yeah, what was the POC we're working on exactly?
We don't have a POC defined yet. We could redo the F5 POC, which I think Paul has talked about. There are other POCs. We need to sort of define POCs and build them here. So that's sort of where Rahul was going. Drew, it sounds like you want to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to know, is there any place where we have these things documented that one can go and see what has been defined so far?
There is a pull request in POC repo that it's in the draft with all the documentation, lab diagram and everything.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Man, since we are waiting for, or at least I'm waiting for him, I can give you the exact link. I'll put it in chat.
Okay. I'll tell Paul he missed out on all the fun. How's that sound, you guys?
Okay, chat. All right, this is a pull request.
And this meeting will be posted on YouTube as usual.
Good.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. It was a pleasure to see you guys again. See you all next week.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.